Welcome to Goblin Gaming. We're here with a brand new build. This one I'm really excited to show you guys because unlike the last one I uploaded, I know this one really works. So this is a summon rosary build. It's a six ability build. I'll show you. So we don't have rosaries anywhere on our bars here. But what we do have is a thing that makes it so we automatically summon a rosary every 11 meters you move. How far is 11 meters, you ask? You ready? Let's let those go away. That is how far 11 meters is. Isn't that crazy? And then your dash is already 11 meters. So if you get extra dash distance, extra dash cooldown, yeah, you're going to be summoning a lot of those. And dash gives a skill mana cost reduction, and our summon the guard gives a cooldown speed reduction, which helps with our shadow dash as well as our thorn whip or our lasso. That's just gonna proc automatically off crits, so we're getting cooldown reduction for that as well. So our rosary is automatically rotating whenever we move 11 meters. Then it is cast from the summons instead of from us. It scales with summon damage now. It has a base damage of 13. And then the rosary will orbit the summons, which is pretty cool. When we drop our bell, which is this ability, we summon an additional summon. So basically we're dropping bells and we're getting a ton of summons out, and then we're just moving around and we're generating rosary beads on all the summons, which is crazy. Then on top of that, we're using the knives ability, and it is going to regenerate mana for us, so we want to get lots of knives if possible. In addition to that, the knives also give us extra damage against bleeding, and our rosary is now wholly physical and causes bleed. So yeah, everything kind of synergizes together very well. When we hit B, we kind of call our minions together there. The other thing we could do is we could replace one of these relics, like we could replace the lasso and get the relic that allows us to double our number of guards we summon with our summon guard ability. I think that's a 4x4 square. Let's see. Oh no, it's a 4x1, so we'd have to do some rearranging. But we could make it so whenever we hit E, we summon 4 extra guards, which would be pretty crazy good too. The lasso just seems kind of nice because it'll constantly be grouping things up. So we're going to roll with that, but I could definitely see a world where you put this in instead, or a world where you substitute something else out and make the lasso always bleed and have it be automatically critting. There's a few different options that you could go with, right? Alright, for the belt, I put in a few extra points into conviction gain and conviction generation, just so we have a little bit of active shield going on. We are going to wreck this. Let's go. I tested a little bit, and I very easily cleared up to where I was. So I did have a really good run going, though, so we'll see. But yeah. Alright, so dash speed is fine. It's going to give us some cooldown reduction to start. Another really nice thing about this build is it breaks destructibles very easily, and it'll pull the vultures out of the sky extremely easily too, which is just really a convenience thing more than anything. Alright, Catholic Guard damage, 50%. That will also be 50% extra damage to the rosaries that we're summoning, so. That said, they do take their time coming down still sometimes. But yeah, it's a very quick build, goes very easily. You have to go back to grab the loot because you kind of speed by it too quickly. But that's okay because that summons more rosaries. So, there you go. Alright, 2 epics, both really worth having. Please give me a lock ability. We're going to take the knife throw generation speed, and we're going to start actually using our knife because I just realized I wasn't. So we could be doing way more damage. And apparently I was not picking up all the gold either, because we should definitely have enough to get that. Yeah, a good amount of gold on the ground. I was distracted by talking. Rectifying the situation. There we go. This entire room worth. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's better. Now we should have enough to buy any of those if we want. I didn't see anything that was particularly enticing. Maybe crit chance. We're at 41 crit already though. Physical damage increase. Let's do that. That'll just scale everything we do. I think the bell's physical, isn't it? Oh, it's plague damage. I wonder if there's a way to convert it to physical. Like a relic that does that. That'd be really nice if so. I have to work something out. I'd take out the last one, sure, for that. But right now, just having 6 abilities going off and 2 of them are automatic, and 2 of them that are automatic are like major damage. Well, one of them's a major damage dealer, the other one's a major crowd control, so feels pretty spicy. Feels pretty good. Mana. Gotta kill some more things. Alright, if we grab more knife speed generation, that's gonna give us more damage multi. If we grab Bell, it's gonna give us the Bell effect, as well as life and mana, which is always good. I did not put the Bell artifact in that lets us spend life, so this would be, leveling that up a lot would be better in that respect if we had that, but we're going to grab the generation of the knives because I think that is really the key to fueling this build, because your knives are your mana batteries, so the more you generate and the more you throw, the stronger you're going to be. You know, the more spells you're going to be able to drop, the more, you know, everything you're going to be able to get out. Obviously we want movement speed and cooldown reduction as well, so we can just dash around as quick as fast as possible. Having this dash speed jacked up feels really nice too. Alright, 20% blue chance, that's pretty good with what we're doing. Boss shouldn't be really anything too difficult. Any must stuffs? Enough stuffs. Activation speed 30x on blast, so that's actually tempting. So let's actually just grab guard rage cooldown. We want to get that usable more often. That'll just allow us to rally to troops and make them do a bunch of extra damage. Oh, he does burn a lot, which is kind of annoying, but yeah, he went down like crazy fast. Okay. They have all of these. I think that might be a better roll on that one, so I'll take it because I don't want to spend the gold to reroll, because I want to push with this run. Area of effect isn't really very good for dash. We'll take area of effect on the bell and get a little bit of life too, just a little toughness as we're going to be pushing higher than usual. Toughness can't hurt, right? Extra mana also means more drops of the bell and more mana regenerated when you kill things. The more I guess the more mana we end up getting, the less each bell costs percent rise. As a result, the more bells we can spam out. Equals more minions, which equals more rosaries. Eesh. Kind of crazy, actually. Quite the synergistic build. Cool down on dash, I will definitely take that. That's also gave me mana cost reduction, which does reduce the amount of conviction I'm generating technically, but not really, because we're going to be firing off a lot more bells because of it, so it's gonna be fine. We'll kill quicker, generate faster, so it'll come out in the wash. Those are the times when I wish I had the manual lasso ability so I could just yoink them together, but they probably aren't yoinkable actually. But like the size guys that aren't, oh man, I have more gold. I think I explored everything on that floor. Maybe it'll pop up again for us. I do find that when you have an upgrade that you can't afford, it seems to be more likely to pop back up if you do a little rolling. I've had it happen like 3 times. Could just be complete coincidence, but I don't feel like it is. Alright, you just destroyed that treasure goblin and we're on floor 5. Okay. Not bad. If it were floor 11's treasure goblin, that'd be a lot more impressive. Good that stuff. Oh, we got skill speed run. This could be great for our rosary summons. Okay, mana cost efficiency on Bell is definitely worth grabbing. Those builders, like, imagine you had a Hammerden who also had monk abilities like dash and bell drop, and also has summons like a necromancer, and also could cast physical orb spells around you. It's something really neat, eh? Oh, we're not gonna roll twice. I think it was actually 6,000 anyway, so I shouldn't have used that one roll. More golds. We haven't seen any red portals yet, which is kind of weird, I feel like. Hopefully we get one soon. Those are also pretty nice. I feel like you get a lot of gold from those. You also just get a lot of gold at the higher levels. The higher stages. Alright. Doing pretty good. Test over here. I like this game like rewards exploring the map. Oh, there's a treasure goblin I didn't see. Hopefully my ignorance doesn't cost me. He still got him. Oh, and I got a 10% cooldown speed thing too. That's amazing. Maybe I should find a way to work the dash increases your damage you do into this build. With how much I'm dashing, that might not be bad. We damage 30%, there it is. There's a 4,500. Okay, cool. So all those blues we're doing are now just gonna do more damage. See how it adds up here? I'm pretty sure I saw 20,000 bleed tick there or something like that. Looked pretty high. Alright. I believe I have all of these. Is that better than the one we're currently running? Yes, it is. We will take that for sure. Okay, let's grab a little more area of effect on our blade guys, our daggers. That way we can throw them from further away and just make them that much more useful. I also need to make sure I'm remembering to hit Q on a regular basis, because that's going to make my damage go through the roof, and I don't think I was doing that. Alright. Wow. Yeah, our cooldown getting as low as it is now is helpful. The more points we can put into the guard, the more often we can just keep our knives perma up. And eventually just be able to, like, perma dash. We do still want to stop dashing to, like, drop bells and stuff. But not skipping all the destructibles. I had a feeling I missed quite a few, so that's why I went back. Felt like I blew through that a little too quick. Open chest. Recognized that that was a chest at first. It looked like the entrance to a cave. A fog or whatever is in this zone. Side path. Which is probably the way forward, yeah. Side path here. Seems like the side paths are never the way forward, which is kind of nice. And there's a little bit of predictability in it. Nice for a game that has a clock timer. Play duration +1. 9,000. Let's see if we can save for it. Okay, 4-9. This floor has like crazy amount of enemies if I remember right. Maybe it's not this one, maybe it's 12. One of these floors just has this absurd number of enemies. Backtracking's not as terrible with this build because sometimes the loot takes longer to drop than I'm there. Going back to double check results in doing more things sometimes. Okay, so this guy's giving us a problem on most builds we've run. Also guard attack speed, cool. Still alive? I think he's dead. Okay, he's dead. So yeah, okay. This build seems pretty dang strong. I think that killed him quicker in the whirlwind build bit, so. I didn't actually have the whirlwind skill levels up though. I'm scared to see what that would look like. Mana cost would be interesting, but I think we can do it. Pretty sure if you did a physical blue whirlwind and did that knives thing that gives you the mana back, I'd do it for you. Alright, what do we have on right now for some of these slots? Current gloves are 265 skill, 20 mana. So this is a slight increase in that. 525. Okay, so that's exactly the same. Pants, I don't want to replace those. That's a lot of damage. But it's melee skill instead of attack speed, but it's also just a lot of damage. We lose the attack speed in order to get a ton of raw base damage. Yeah, we'll take it, I guess. Oh no. No, I'm not going to actually, because we redraw and get a better one. Or get the exact gosh darn thing. Okay, so what's our gold ring is critical damage. We could just get raw base damage. That seems really good. At least one more reroll. See if we can get a gun without. Oh, lifesteal ring. Drop critical stance for lifesteal on every build. Yeah, I will do that. That was the one thing the whirlwind build really had going for you, is that lifesteal off of the relic. That gives the nice life leech, basically. This will give us life leech on everything else. And then we got our conviction generation to kind of smooth out any hiccups. Can't forget I can actually auto attack if I want to. Just stop and do nothing for a few seconds while I wait for my bell mana to regenerate. Damn, boys. One elite down. There should be another one that spawns. There he is. There's one up here too. Oh, this is boss. I didn't realize there would be this many. Let's see what we can do with this power up time. Yeah, it seemed pretty good. I love that just by running the rosaries generate, I don't have to like constantly cast them like I did when I was doing the self-cast version. This is so good. I want to just make the Shadow Dash super crazy fast. Reduce the bell cost a little bit more. Get a little more life. Get a little bit more cooldown reduction with the guard damage. Let's do the dash speed and get the mana skill cost plus super fast dashes. Like literal lightning dashes. I wish I had dash distance on this too. Actually. Maybe we'll find that. That'd be even better than dash speed, because I don't have the cooldown reduction high enough for the dash speed to really matter. You need to be able to have 100% cooldown reduction on it for dash speed to matter. Be able to dash constantly, or near constantly. We are dashing fairly often. Running into some mana issues now, so might have to get more mana cost reduction with bells again. Alright, bleed duration +1, let's go. More cooldown on the dash sounds pretty good, which will also give us mana cost reduction again. Leveling up your dash is really good with this build. And leveling up your cards is also really good. Leveling up the bell is just basically toughness. And whatever other effect you get. I don't think the bell is really your main damage dealer, although it does look like it hits pretty reliably for like 10k. Our rosaries are really where it's at though, so just being able to spam more of the bell I think might be better. Maybe down leveling it, and instead keeping it at level 6. Playing at level 1 so you can just get more of them. Just summon a crazy amount of minions. That might be the way to like truly min-max this build. Or let's say the max number of minions you can have at a time. Which there very well could be. I'll put Pigeon him yet. He's 414. I don't think I've ever seen him even. This will give me my vendor back, I'll be very happy. Can't really tell what's going on with the fight because of all the numbers, so let's turn off the damage numbers. Oh, where he is either. There it is. Off the cooldown. Bam on here. Mini map up here. Oh, we got stunned. See? Stun them again. I think he'd be very good at stunning with this build. Doesn't quite have the oomph, so maybe we need more. Maybe I need to be hitting Q. Right. Right. Yeah, hitting Q helps. Okay. My bad, guys. My bad. Lasso also applies 17% life leak on enemies for 3 seconds. That sounds pretty cool. Sounds pretty cool. More generation time on the knives, or more damage on the knives? I think more generation throw speed, because that's what lets us really spam those bells. My bad on not realizing that I wasn't pressing it. Maybe I should move my minions Can I do that while in the game? Yeah, there. I'll do Q as my big cooldown. I'll just be hitting E consistently. Okay, kill the Minister of War. That's the mission. Bastards are about to learn what hell is made of. Damn it, I feel weak. What? No. I don't want to feel weak. Bullshit. Where are my minions? What the heck? Am I not supposed to be able to kill these guys? I don't have any abilities. Weird. The enemy boss has plot armor. Ooh, new character. That's a spirit. Essa guerra e teu caminho não é esse, meu filho. Teu coração. Pois é a chama do meu. O bicho teimoso. Venha me encontrar na casa. Well, she can school him. Alright, stolen weapons. I got another one of those. Got better of that. Right. Get some stuff we can disenchant too. Relic rope. That might be worth trying to work in. I think that's a 2-slot relic. Let's have a peek. Got pretty far in that one. 20 minutes in, we could probably go again. Now, we'll leave that one there, maybe. Let's look at the stuff and see how long that takes. Get ready for the next time. Oh, what is this? What is this? Oh, Grim Dawn. Vinta's grace empowered you with divine aid, fury, discipline, and faith. Each path will forge you in your power in different, distinct ways. Choose a star to unlock a path. 3 martyrs. Faith +1, devotions. Mana +300. Discipline, devotion +1, critical chance 7. Life. Okay. So, fury is life. Discipline is crit. And faith is mana. I don't think that makes much sense, but okay. We'll just start with crit. Okay. So we've unlocked Expeditious. Oh, I can undo it. Good. Alright, physical damage, psych damage, evasion. Grants the base value of evasion, which gives you a chance to completely avoid damage from attacks when hit. Killing an enemy has a 40% chance of granting an agility orb, dealing damage to the enemy 8%. You can have up to 3 agility orbs. Each one gives you movement speed and attack speed. Okay, cool. Taking damage removes the orb. Oh, very evasion based. That's kind of cool. Alright, well, what would it be if I went the 3 martyrs path? Ogum. Or, yeah, 3 martyrs. So on this one, life, physical damage, so we get physical damage either way. Taking damage grants you a stack of vigor. Vigor gives damage reduction. Okay. Lose vigor when you don't take damage. Okay. Well, we're not really taking much damage because we're killing everything. Depleting your mana spends all your vigor stacks that grants you above 30% attack and cast speed. And reduces mana cost to 0. Oh my god. This buff lasts for 2 seconds for each vigor stack you get. Taking damage. That's unfortunate. Oh, well, I mean, we could make ourselves take damage with the Bell Relic. It's interesting. We don't have a way to really hugely life gain back, even with that 1%. I don't think that's enough. or 10% or whatever we got on that piece of equipment. Okay, so Bolt of Clarity, mana, multiplier, physical damage. Spending mana grants you a power orb, which increases your mana regen for each active orb. Lose an orb every 7 seconds that you don't spend at least 820 mana. Orbs will orbit around you. Grant, oh my god. Granting lightning damage to those who touch them. It's a bummer that's lightning. But yeah, Orbs deal additional lightning damage equal to 5% of your current mana. Your orbs regenerate 50% more mana. Okay, yeah, we're gonna go this path. Definitely gonna go the faith path here. So can I put it into any of these to start? Or no, I gotta start down here. That's what I thought. 1 rank. It says there's multiple ranks. Oh, wait. Oh, it's saying 1 of 5 on the constellation. Completion bonus would get faith and discipline. Okay. I'm not 100% sure what those do. I think those unlock future constellations, maybe? Yeah, this is locked. You have to have 3 faith to see it. Okay, that's a cool progression system. I think that's how it was in Grid Dot, but I'm not sure. Okay, so that's our points. We get our orbs. They're going to give us some mana regen, which is the main thing we want. And then when we get a few more points here, we'll get lightning damage and even more mana regen. Nice. Alright. Tupa, let's go. See Venta's blessing. That's pretty amazing. I feel light but also rooted. What happened, Venta? The saints in Oraxius have taken pity on your mission. And obeyed? Did you happen to know where he is, ma'am? No, it is up to him to decide the path of his own soul. Well, I don't think he had much choice. He was tied up the last time we saw him, dude. Alright. Who would that be? Professor Muktos, how did you come to be here? Oh, I've been here a long time. Don't you recognize me, boy? Anger and sorrow disfigured me, blinded my spirit, but Venta helped me find my way. So that was the guy who was standing outside, ranting and raving, I think. So he's my new vendor. Okay, that's fine. We can roll another one of those and see if we can get a better one. Sharp ring. Oh, we want that lifesteal. Melee damage. Stop giving me melee damage on those, dude. I'm gonna take it anyway. Even though I don't have anything at all that is melee damage. Just because the base is so much higher. And then we might as well buy this and just see if it rolls better than the one we have. Okay. It rolled 149. Ours is 159. That does have mana on kill. It's lightning damage, which is irrelevant to us. It says life on kill. Yeah, it does have life on kill. Maybe we can run the relic that costs life to throw down the spell. Although we don't really have the slots for it. We drop Lasso, that frees up 4 spots though. So I guess we do. Alright, salvage that one. That's not any better. 7% is better. What do they roll? Physical damage and mana regeneration as opposed to move speed and experience? Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, yeah, let's salvage that one. We don't need it anymore then. This needs to go into my page, which is just generalized relics for everybody, I think. Yeah, that's the resilience one. This is the same thing. It is also generalized for everybody. This needs to go summon guard page, which is the same as the rosary page, I think. Yes. And that also needs to go there. Close body, that's fine where it is. Another reflexes thing, whatever. Get rid of that. Don't care about that. Don't care about that. Shadow dash. My other skulls. Gold game might actually be relevant. Gold set might not be terrible. What else we got? Ah, yes. This is what we want to see if we can fit in. 1 second, I'm gonna pause. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think so with this build, but that'll be great for the split shot build that I was doing last video. That'll definitely help out by life linking all the guys together. Which I believe means that damage to one does damage to all, which means if I hit them all at the same time, it's gonna do like, if there are 5 enemies, it'll do 5 times the damage, basically. If that's how that works. I don't know if that is actually how that works, but if it is, then there you go. Okay. Yeah, just let's put in the points here. I don't know that we really care that much about the conviction stuff now that we have the life leech, so maybe I'll respec and focus more on life. Do it. Oh, let's not. I don't want to have to retrieve my relics again right now. It puts them back in your stash, and you have to find them again and put them back in. That's whatever. Alright, we got 3 points available. Big damage things we can get anywhere. I think so. More conviction stuff. I guess we could really go in more on the conviction and get some banishes. More time in the hellclock. Wouldn't be terrible. If your build's doing good, you don't really need it though. Although it does give you the convenience to just farm easier, I suppose. A little bit less conviction decay, and then we'll just go down this way and get a little bit closer to more conviction generation. We'll do a combination of conviction generation, life leech, and then consider swapping out one of our relics, which would have to be the whip, I guess. Let's try swapping out the whip and rearranging things in a way that works here and putting in the sacrificed, which is also going to give us life on kill and mana on kill. Yeah, this might not work. Depending on how much we life leech back. We'll see. I'm gonna give it a little test spin here. We'll know very quickly if it's gonna work or not. We're not gonna do a full run, so. Alright. Air effect, sure, why not? Oh, we're definitely reaching it back real quick. Okay. But not a problem, it appears. I totally wasn't paying attention and didn't see that trigger goblin. However, if we're casting bells on nothing, it hurts. Lots of damage for a bell. I don't hate it. Lots of area effect for our daggers. I don't hate that either. Oh, the downside to the bell costing life instead of mana is that our daggers restoring mana doesn't matter as much anymore. I think it's probably better to leave the life costing mana, or the bell costing mana. Although we do seem to be able to spawn quite a bit. Maybe not, then. We can level up the damage to bleeding on that one. Interesting. Did I put everything back in? I did, right? Yeah. Oh, he's already dead. Oh, okay. Aha. Intriguing. We'll just take that, because I don't know what I have for that one. Cooldown reduction on dash. Yeah, okay, this seems pretty solid. I'm skeptical about the life cost though, because I feel like it could end up backfiring really bad and just costing you literally your life. But when I drop a bell... Oh, it's not giving me any conviction either anymore. Yeah, we can't do that. Yeah, we can't do that. We gotta keep it as mana costs. Our build is built around it. Okay. Well, next run, we're gonna work on improving this even more, and we're gonna push a little bit further into the story. I'm gonna keep this build for a few runs probably because I like it. Maybe take it to endgame, but I do want to be trying out new builds too, so we'll see. Anyway, like, favorite, share, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. If you have a build you'd really like to see, let me know. Or an ability you'd really like to see featured in a build, let me know, and I can try to make it work.